So let's talk about the GOP clown car crash, the slog to 1,144 delegates. And we have breaking news last night. It appears that Ted Cruz, even though he won, created a massive crisis. Apparently, he used some dirty tricks. He told Carson supporters, and he tweeted out to everybody, that Ben Carson was leaving the race as people were headed into caucus. And so basically, as they headed into those caucus meetings in gymnasiums and schools around Iowa, people were getting the news that Ben Carson has left the race. And Cruz was saying, come over to us, we'll help you and support you. And of course, Donald Trump is threatening to sue the Cruz campaign.
That's why he's launching illegal action.
Yeah.
Over that.
Oh yeah, and it apparently is true. I mean, there are very, very strong footprints, because the Carson campaign came out immediately and said, no, that's not true. He's headed back to Florida to rest, and he was in Washington yesterday. And his wife went to one of the caucuses and stood up and said, no, she was allowed to speak, even though she was not on the speaking list. No, my husband is still in this race, and he indeed won that particular precinct. So what they're saying is that Cruz ended up with 27% of the vote. And then in second place was Donald Trump with 20, and right behind him was Marco Rubio with 20%. And they're all saying that that would not have happened were it not for these dirty tricks.
No, I'm just laughing because the Republican nominees or prospective nominees, they're so full of facts the rest of the time. Do you know what I mean? Calling into question this particular element seems the most ridiculous thing to me. I mean, I don't know statistically whether this actually would have had the effect that it does, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. They just talk so much rubbish. They just actually say things that are. I mean, it's interesting because we're in a sort of post-spin environment now. It's not as if these candidates are trying to spin things. They just tell outright lies, and the ideologue of their sort of demagoguery is accepted by their supporters, it seems. I just wanted to say as well that my pick, I think 6 months ago, was Rubio versus Hillary. So that's looking very good right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's early. It's early. I can show you statistically how people flame out rather quickly. And Chris Christie's been trying to pick a fight with Marco all day yesterday, calling him the boy in the bubble, telling him to come out and answer reporters' questions.
The thing is, I mean, they use the law when they need to, or they'll slag it off. Or
your point being?
It's what Darren was talking about. They use things when they want them, and they slag it off when they don't want them.
Of course.